Good day, sir. My name is Weijuan, and the topic is over-tourism of Mongol caves. This is the content. The introduction. Over-tourism has implications for the sustainable development of tourism. In recent years, tourism has become very popular and has played an important role in economic growth. However, if tourism is overdeveloped, it is feared that it may cause economic, social, and environmental harm and lead to many problems. This paper analyzes the phenomena and the impact of over-tourism in Mogul caves in Zhenhuang, China, and propose strategies and recommendations to prevent over-tourism from becoming a serious problem. The impact of over-tourism. Firstly, excessive tourism is a direct manifestation of over-tourism. The influx of tourists into popular tourist cities where the number of tourist visitors far exceeds the number of local residents can cause disruption to local residents and put greater pressure on urban infrastructure. Secondly, the negative effects of over-tourism are permanent. As the number of tourists continues to increase, there is a range of negative impacts on residents. Thirdly, local residents are increasingly reactive to over-tourism. After tourism marketing and promotion, Zhenhuang has seen a dramatic increase in the number of visitors, with physical and psychological effects on local residents. Fourthly, media coverage has led to widespread social concern about over-tourism. Zhenhuang's tourism industry has reportedly grown to a serious state of overload. Positive and negative impacts of over-tourism. Economic analysis positive impacts are increased income, promote industrial development, and increase in employment opportunity. Negative impacts are inflation, infrastructure costs, and economic dependency. Socio-cultural analysis in positive impacts are media coverage, product diversification, and promotion of cultural exchange. Negative impacts are control and lifestyle communication and no cultural identity. Environment analysis positive impacts are restoration and maintenance, increased infiltration and environmental activities. Negative impacts are pollution, crowding, and damage. Causes. First of all, the activation of economic development is one of the main reasons for the phenomenon of over-tourism. With the development of the economy, people's income level is also increasing, and more people start to have enough economic strength to travel. Secondly, competition in the tourism industry is also a reason for the phenomenon of over-tourism. With the development of tourism industry, tourism companies has begun to invest a lot of money to develop new tourist attractions. And but this competition also makes the number of tourists more and more. In addition, improper government policies are also a reason for the phenomenon of excessive tourism. In order to increase the income of tourism industries, the governments will implement some special policies for tourist attractions. Finally, media policy is also a reason for the phenomenon of over-tourism. The media will heavily publicize some popular tourist attractions to attract more tourists. Take the case of the Mogul Caves at Zhenhuang. The cases of over-tourism are as follows. The first one is single tourism resources. The Mogul Caves in Zhenhuang are a famous tourist attraction in China and the most important tourist attractions in the region. So a large number of tourists visit only Dunhuang Mogul Caves. The second is excessive tourism. With the rapid development of tourism, there is a trend towards rapid growth in the number of tourists. The third one is lack of effective management. The lack of clear planning and the control of tourist excursions has led to a concerned influx of tourists into scenic spots. The final one is low-end tourism market. Legal expansion and legal operations by some non-compliant tourism enterprises and individuals have brought in more tourists while further exacerbating the lack of carrying the capacity of the scenic spots. Strategies. How to keep these flag act treasures that have survived for thousands of years longer as a question was exploding. Firstly, the Mogul Grotting Digital Exhibition Center was put into operation. In June 2019, Li Ping, the exclusive deputy director of the Mogul Grotting Open Management Community, introduced that the new mode of viewing movies at the front end and viewing the caves at the back end will transport tourists who originally went spontaneously to the cave areas in a smooth, plain, and orderly manner. In April 2020, Digital Zhenhuang was launched with high definition images of 30 classic caves. The opening of Digital Display Center has completely changed the opening management and the tourism model here. And secondly, the Zhenhuang Research Institute is still looking for the overall balance of passenger flow in off-peak seasons. The tickets price in off-season is 100 yuan, and there are 12 caves to visit. Compare with the reservation ticket of 200 yuan in peak season, you see 8 caves, and the emergency ticket of 100 yuan. You see 4 caves. This is attractive to tourists. Thirdly, curb reselling. In order to crack down on illegal ticket resellers and purify the tourist environment in scenic spots, the criminal police branch of the Zhenhuang Public Security Bureau, together with the Mogul Grotting police station, has allocated a large number of police focused to investigate illegal ticket scamming cases. In order to protect the world's cultural heritage, Mogul Grotting strictly enforces the reservation system and released 6,000 online tickets and 12,000 emergency tickets every day. This kind of ticket scamming behavior by scammer not only damage the interest of tourists, but also damage the image of Dunhuang and has extremely bad influence. Recommendation: raise ticket prices. By raising ticket prices, you can also try to lower the number of tourists at some tourist attractions. Governments and tour operators can promote environmental tourism and cultural tourism to attract tourists and reduce excessive visits to popular scenic spots. Adjust the tourism industry structure. The government and tourism operators can reduce the pressure on popular scenic spots by devising tourism products and pricing tourists to different scenic spots. Educate tourists. Teach tourists how to respect the local culture and environment. Tell them not to litter. Strengthen management. The government and the tourism operators can strengthen the management of tourist sites to prevent over-exploitation and devastation of local governmental and cultural resources. Promoting low-carbon tourism. By promoting low-carbon tourism, we can encourage tourists to adopt environmentally friendly modes of travel. Guide tourists to choose off-season travel. Tourists are encouraged to choose off-season travel to reduce the number of excessive tourists in peak seasons. Promote experimental tourism. By promoting experimental tourism, visitors are encouraged to engage deeply with the local culture and lifestyle. Increase the construction of natural reserves and cultural heritage reserves. Through strengthen the construction and protection of natural resources and cultural heritage reserves, prove the environmental and cultural awareness of tourists. Policy recommendations, along which measures most approved by surveyed residents include improving the city's infrastructures and services, engaging and involving local residents and businesses in the tourism planning process, better communication on the behavior of villagers in the destination city throughout the year. At the conclusion, this test analyzes the phenomenon of over-tourism in the Mogul Caves in Dunhuang, China. The emergency and the causes of the phenomenon of over-tourism are complex, and solving the problem will take a long process. From a global perspective, the problem of over-tourism is a global concern, but it varies from country to country and region to region. And overall, we should maintain a balance between developing tourism and protecting the environment so that we can achieve sustainable economic and environmental development. Okay, thank you, sir, for your listening. This is my presentation.